So we might be live now. I'm not sure. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Wonderful. Wonderful. Sorry to keep you waiting. Sorry to keep you waiting. It looks like we are live. We are live here at Mizanokuchi station, which will be the starting point of today's walk. The plan today is to walk in a direction that I don't think I've walked that much before. I will follow the number line tracks to the east. It's very windy. I don't know if it's just here or if it's everywhere. I hope my windshields are holding up. But yeah, I'm planning to follow the number line train tracks to the east towards Musashi Kosugi station, maybe. We'll see how far we make it. But I don't think I really walked this way along the train tracks before, so it's gonna be interesting. It looks like there's a few parks and areas that I haven't seen before. So yeah, let's walk. Let's walk. And sorry also for the delay. It was a bit challenging today to leave my daughter at kindergarten, so we decided that I should stay there for an hour and play with her and the other kids to make her feel a little bit more comfortable. So that's what I was doing before this stream. So sorry, was it too windy? You couldn't hear what I was saying. So I will walk along the number line towards the east, so from Musashi-Mizanokuchi station towards Musashi Kosugi station. We'll see if I make it all the way to Musashi Kosugi. Who knows? All right, thanks for the FAQ. Let me post that. Rules in the video description. Here we go. Well, I don't know how important that pin is, because I feel that no one's reading it anyway, but at least, yeah, it's better to have it there than not have it there, I guess. So I'm passing through the station building now. So here's the Musashi-Mizanokuchi station. So from here you can take the number line, which goes either to Kawasaki on one end or Tachikawa on the other end. Are we still using the iPhone today? No. Just like yesterday, I am using the Samsung setup today. Not sure if I can go down here actually. I probably can, but let's walk down here instead. Yeah, the rules are pretty simple. It's just behave. Don't do things that you wouldn't do to a normal person in real life. Pretty simple stuff. Yes, it's the Samsung S21 Ultra and Streamlabs set up today. Same as yesterday. Same as yesterday. Yesterday's walk was so nice. So I hope we can have a equally enjoyable walk today. But yeah, today I will walk through unfamiliar territory. So I'm not expecting that we will find like a lovely little stream and something like that, but who knows? Who knows? Hopefully we will be pleasantly surprised by what today's walk has to offer. Oh, looks like I can't walk that way, so I probably have to walk around here then. How did it go from S7 to S21 in a couple of years? Well, they skipped everything between 10 and 20. They went directly from S10 to S20, and now it's S21. So now they're in line with the year. So the S21 was released 2021. So probably S22 will be released 2022, which makes it quite easy to follow, I guess. nice. It was a great walk. Indeed it was. I really enjoyed yesterday's walk. It was one of the more enjoyable streams in quite some time actually. I didn't have high expectations, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's the key to happiness, to never expect the best. Always expect the worst, then you can only be pleasantly surprised. So let's walk in the shade. We're going this direction. Unless you eagerly want me to go visit the Japan Pension Service. So we're heading this way. Right, weather check. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that also answers the question from Farandi Yash if the winter cold has already come. I guess what's cold or not is quite it differs from person to person, but today we are having 18 degrees here, mostly sunny, and humidity of 38%. Also a bit of a reflection reveal. Feels like 18. So there you have it. There you have it, folks. Where are you now? So this is Mizanokuchi station on the JR Nambu line in Kawasaki. I'm surprised over how many of my viewers who seem to be really enjoying Kawasaki. It's weird, but for some reason my videos from Kawasaki tend to get more views than I anticipate, which is kind of odd. Maybe a lot of people search for it because they are looking for motorbikes or something. I don't know. Today is cold. Not by my standards. I don't think 18 degrees is cold. But this woman in front of me is wearing a big down coat, so I think she thinks it's cold. But yeah, I'm wearing like I even have like my sleeves rolled up, so I don't think it's that cold. Let's walk this small side street. I always prefer to avoid the big streets because they're usually quite boring. Is that JR Met's hotel chain nice? I don't know. I stayed at some JR hotels. I'm not sure if it's Met's or if they also have different kind of brand. But in general, I've been quite pleased with the JR hotels. Yeah, I find them a little bit like on the business hotel side of things. I find them quite decent. Will you stop for a beer? No beer today. It's a morning walk for me, so you know my little rule of no beer before breakfast. Actually, this kind of hill looks very tempting. Should I go up here? I think I should. Oh wait, maybe I've been here. Yeah, I want to go up here and see. I think this might be the, what was it called? This place had like this slope had a interesting name, like Hebisaka or something. Let's see. Let's go up here and walk on top of this hill. Then we can probably, hopefully, find a few spots with some decent view. Also, I get a little bit of a workout. Ah, Neko. Hey. Hey. Oh. Yeah, I remember. I went up here once when I streamed, but it was just a dead end, if I remember correctly. Ah, right. Masaka. Masaka, that's a funny name. So horse slope or horse hill. is the name of this little slope here. We looked at the JR Mets Hotel in Tachikawa. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's JR, right? So it can't be too shabby. Thankfully not many people around here, so I can pull down my mask and breathe comfortably. And while I'm huffing and puffing and walking up this hill, I might take the chance to give a little shout out to Wishful Walking Videos, because he is a mega sponsor of my channel, which by definition makes him an awesome person and an awesome YouTuber. He does walking videos mostly from rural Japan right now, so if you're interested, you should check out his channel. It's linked in the video description down below. I love this channel. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you. This channel loves you. We're almost at the top, I think. Oh my god, I really need to start doing exercise. Are there any good coffee shops in Kawasaki? Well, Kawasaki is huge. Kawasaki is very big, so pretty sure there are. I'm not so familiar with Kawasaki, so I don't know any specific ones that I would recommend. Although, yeah, I do know a decent one close to the station where I started this walk. But other than that, I don't know Kawasaki very well. Image quality excellent today. Thank you. Yeah, seems like most of you are happy with this, with the Samsung. So I will probably stick with that for a while. I don't know even if I can walk towards the east on top of this hill, but I think I'm walking in an eastern direction right now. I think. I'm pretty sure. Over there you can see the skyscrapers of Takotamagawa. That's the Rakuten head office to the left. So we're pretty close to Takotamagawa. And I hope, yeah, like I said, it's a bit windy. I hope the windshields are holding up. Do you know Faki? No, I don't know who that is. With the shadow direction, yes, easily. That's smart, Jenny. That's very smart. Yeah, I definitely walked here before. I remember this slightly eccentric residential building with a very weird name, Birth City. That's a very strange thing to call a residential building. Sounds a bit, I don't know, unsettling. But otherwise, yeah, this area here is quite nice. It is quite elevated, so I'm sure that many of these houses have pretty decent views. Yes, Tony, Birth City. Strange, isn't it? Here we get... that's Musashi Kosugi over there. Great! So we already have a visual contact with our goal for today. I will zoom in once I can get clear of those power lines. So you see those high rises over there. That's those buildings over there. That is Musashi Kosugi. So that's kind of where I plan to walk today. Not sure if I will make it all the way, but we shall find out. And yes, I do still need a haircut. I know. It's getting pretty wild. So Japanese residential buildings always have names. So this one is called Stella Garden. That's kind of a pretty nice, decent name. Like if I could choose, should I live in Birth City or should I live in Stella Garden? I think I would definitely choose Stella Garden. Ah, Kenneth, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. I think we have today's coffee break covered. Hopefully, I should probably try to keep an eye on the map so I don't run into a dead end. Like the streets around here are pretty confusing. As you can see, it's a bit of a just focusing on me, my reflection. There we go. So you can see the streets are a bit, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's easy to get lost, and it looks like actually where I'm heading now it's not really the way I should be heading, so maybe I have to take this other shampoo and haircut. Well, I did wash my hair this morning, so at least my long hair is clean. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Billman Warren. Thank you, Kenneth, for your super chats. Appreciate it. Face exposed. Yeah, happens all the time. Happens all the time. So I think this, now I'm heading downhill again, but I think this is more in line with where I should be heading. Nice, a little garden, or like it looks like they're growing something there, some vegetables maybe. Someone asked the other day what my internet provider was called, and I answered Itscom, and I see that they have some device hanging on this pole. That's Itscom. That's the company I use, that we use for our 1 gigabit internet connection at home. Works very well. How many hilly areas are like this are there in Tokyo? A lot. Tokyo is pretty hilly. Lots of like small hills like this all over the city. Yeah, you can actually see it also in lots of place names. For example, Shibuya. The last kanji in Shibuya means valley, because Shibuya is kind of in a valley. There's also several places with the word Saka in them, which it means slope. So like Nogizaka, for example. So yeah, there's Tokyo is pretty hilly. I mean, it's a seismic active area, so I think that contributes to making it very, like the whole crust of the earth is kind of like being squished together. Yeah, Akasaka, Nogizaka. Hibiya, that's again the valley, ya, kanji. I think I might be heading back down towards the main street, but it doesn't matter. We got a little nice detour up this hill. Yeah, the power lines and poles everywhere in Japan, they are what they are. I do wish that they were buried in the ground instead, but at the same time they also are a part of the kind of urban landscape in Japan now, and in some sense it kind of gives it a bit of a special charm, I guess. But it does look pretty messy in many places. I think your voice is quite unique. I see. Interesting comment. I guess that's a good thing, so thank you. They still got Payphones. It costs $1 a minute. I didn't know about the price, but in general, yeah, making phone calls in Japan is expensive. On my Docomo plan, it's 20 yen per 30 seconds of phone call. So compared to Sweden, that's ridiculously expensive. But again, there's more and more operators are switching to like flat rate plans here now. So with Rakuten I can make phone calls for free. Payphones in Australia are free, really? Then could you really call them payphones if they're free? Garfield, thank you so much. Friday, your voice makes this way wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Your super chats and your company makes my day wonderful. There's actually a lot of people living in this part of Kawasaki. There's plenty of relatively large residential buildings all over the place. So, let me see, what else are you all saying? People asked if it was cold today, but yeah, I'm sweating now from walking up and down those hills maybe. But also since I'm walking in the sun, which is not ideal. I don't like to walk in the sun. I like this place, not fancy and super real feeling. Yeah, you know it, that's what my walks are usually about. I prefer these down-to-earth, random neighborhoods. Thank you, Jenny, for the link. I will check it out after the stream. Also, someone commented about my voice. I actually, I had a cold or I still have a bit of a cold, so I think that makes my voice a little bit more rusty than usual maybe. Do you hear this melody? That's actually the garbage truck. I love how it plays this slightly melancholic melody. The sad moment when the garbage gets picked up and crushed in the brutal garbage truck. Okay, you have the garbage truck. Can you hear the melody? Yeah, the sad tune of garbage getting picked up. I wonder why it's such a sad little tune. Bad time for a cold, yeah. But we got it from our daughter. She got a cold the first day at the nursery. And then first I got sick and now my wife is also sick. That's the life. That's life when you have a small child. We probably will have colds every second week from now. It's not terribly pedestrian friendly, this area. Udon. 380 yen for a big bowl of gyudon at Sukiya. So people saying that Japan is so expensive, I don't know, I definitely disagree. You can't get a decent meal for that little money in Sweden. Not by a long shot. So as I mentioned I think I mentioned it in the stream yesterday, that I was planning to start yet another channel where I just answer all the questions that keeps popping up, like where I answer the questions in a little bit more thorough way. And then so that we can just refer people asking for the 100th time how I got my visa to Japan and whatnot. I actually started recording a few videos yesterday, and I will make a few more, I guess, in the coming days once I have, I don't know, some of the most common questions answered. I will publicly release that channel so that yeah, I think it might be useful to some people. Do you think the Olympics are a good idea? Yeah, like for example, I mean that's a bit old now since the Olympics has already happened, but that's definitely a question I would happily have talked about for 15 minutes in a separate video a few months ago. Yeah, when will Japan open to tourists? All those questions coming up all the time. Is your wife Japanese? How did you learn Japanese? All those questions that pop up almost every stream. So I think it would be good to have yeah, just a separate channel where I can dump answers to all those questions. Why don't you just make a playlist of those videos on this channel? Well, I could do that, but then it also would mean that, you know, the YouTube algorithm would kind of recommend those videos to like everybody who has subscribed to my channel, and I don't think everybody who has subscribed to my channel would be interested. So I think it's better to keep that on a separate channel, just to kind of not confuse the YouTube algorithm too much with what my channel is about. That's why. So this channel is about walks and sometimes train rides, and I think it should remain that way. A weather check compilation video would be funny, right? And beer tasting. Yeah, I mean, I might expand that channel and post other things as well. Not only FAQs, but other kind of like short videos. Like maybe a food video here and there, like when I'm trying some interesting food. Or, I don't know, things that I don't think would kind of blend in too well here, but that might still be of interest to some of you. I might do that. We'll see. We'll see. Now I don't know when you're sarcastic or not, talking about ABBA. But yeah, it could be nice to have a different place to kind of dump shorter, weirder stuff. The sake tasting a couple of weeks ago was great fun. Yeah, I think so too. I think once I've fully recovered from my cold, I might try to do something similar again. Where are you going to? I'm walking east, probably, hopefully towards Musashi Kosugi, but I'm not sure. I completely lost track of where the train tracks are, although this plan was supposed to follow the train tracks. Could you do one video about what music you like and dislike? Maybe. I don't know. This is a weird place for kaiten sushi, but it's a conveyor belt sushi restaurant up here. Let me check the map again. Oh, almost 400 people watching now. Thank you all. 400 friends. So yeah, I'm a little bit too far south, I guess. But let's walk under this highway, and then we can walk up north to Musashi-Shinjo station, and hopefully start following the tracks again. Video to show off DDR skills. Who knows? 日本語使ってみてもいいですか？いいですよ。日本語で話しても大丈夫です。Should do a FAQ video while playing DDR. I don't know. I don't think you could hear what I would be saying if I did that. But yeah, it would be fun to show off my DDR skills to my most devoted followers. I am considering a way to make that happen. Have a Japanese girlfriend. I don't know if you're joking or not, but yeah, I'm married to a Japanese and we have a child together. Now I think we can walk this way, and we should bump into the train tracks again. Oh, we walked for half an hour now. So my expectation would be that today's walk might end up at somewhere between 60 to 90 minutes. Maybe closer to 90 than 60 if I'm walking all the way to Musashi-Kosugi. Probably need a bit more time. Nihon 長いですか？そうですね。まあ13年間です。それが長いかどうかわからないですけど。2008年日本に来ました。Oh, here you have these weird rental boxes, like where you can rent storage space. I don't know, is that a thing in other countries as well? It's very common here in Japan, because I guess most people have such small homes. It was not the Hello Kitty branded one, which Jenny Skunk, my moderator, she likes those. This was a different chain. I say this every other walk, but it's funny how in Japan or how in Tokyo you just have to like walk a few 100 meters away from the main stations, and it really feels like you're in a much smaller city. Like this to me doesn't really feel like I'm walking in the biggest metropolitan area in the world. This feels more like I'm somewhere in, I don't know, some small town in the countryside. I'm pretty sure this area is quite working class, not very fancy. Looks like it's mostly smaller apartments around here. Oh, storage units are very common in the US. I see. I don't know, maybe we have them in Sweden too. I never really paid much attention to them before I came here though. But here they're everywhere. Yeah, probably nursery, school, kids on excursion. Mantoman School. And a lovely old school komini. Let's see. Is it open? No, it's replaced with vending machines now. That's sad. I think I need to get a drink somewhere soon. funny, like up on that hill the streets were like really confusing. Now this area has like a perfect grid system. I think it's green for me. Yes. Is TV and movie streaming catching on in Japan? I think so, yeah. Netflix and Hulu has been quite big for quite some time now. I don't know how it compares to the West, but I think so. 地震は怖くないですか？まあ、そんなに怖くないね。もう慣れた。日本に来た前の方が怖いと思った。日本大震災も日本に住んでた大震災の時だからまあもう慣れた。地震より津波の方が怖いと思います。基本的には海の近くに住みたいんですけど、やっぱり津波の可能性があるところはちょっと怖いですね。今地震あったの？気づいてなかった。I don't get it. It's like my Japanese viewers are talking about some earthquake. I'm not sure if there was an earthquake now here, like an earthquake in Chiba a few minutes ago. Looks like it was, according to Visionary. Huh. 今地震あったの？Oh, we just crossed 400 viewers. Wonderful. Wow, I had really deviated far away from the train tracks, eh? I think if I keep walking this direction, I should I should hit the train tracks again. Yeah, very small quake, magnitude 4.2. That's very minor. No wonder I didn't feel it then. Let's walk on the sidewalk. Passing a real estate agent here. The cheapest apartment I see is 36,000 yen per month, and lots of apartments in the 50,000 yen range. So yeah, quite a reasonable area this. 100 subs to 80k. Yay! Let's see, can we make that today maybe? That would be great. If there's anyone watching who isn't a subscriber yet, please consider joining or subscribing my channel. That would be take me one step closer to the 100k number. Maybe here is Kawasaki City, Kanagawa Prefecture. So this, ne? This is Kawasaki, Kanagawa. Over 400 viewers. Yay! Wonderful. Are Sony TVs and the PlayStation made in Japan? Honestly, I don't know where the PlayStation is made these days. And TVs, I think it depends. Maybe some of their most high-end stuff is still made in Japan. But I think for the cheaper things, it's probably produced outside of Japan. Oh, nice. I like this. I'm such a sucker for old signboards. I love this coin laundry sign here. Very nice. けるようにどのぐらい勉強しましたか。僕は1年間日本語学校で勉強しました。毎日フルタイムの学校です。その後は自分でいろんなアプリとか本を使って一人で勉強しました。最近モーニングウォークが多いですね。夕方寒いから。まあね、最近スケジュール的には朝の方がちょっとフリータイムがあって、夜はちょっと毎日娘と遊ぶとかそういう時が多いから、週末は多分夜の散歩ができる。でも平日は基本的に朝の散歩だけかな。I think we're getting finally close to the train tracks again. Cute little park here. Not too sad. I often say that there's so many sad parks in Tokyo, but there's quite, or in Japan, but there's quite a lot of nicer parks too, actually, or like not so sad, but small neighborhoods, parks and playgrounds like that one. I just don't like when they put them under elevated highways. This station, I don't think I've ever been here. It's a weird. Hey, is this a Shotengai? I guess it is. I didn't know that there was a Shotengai here. See, this is one of the reasons why I enjoy doing this, to visit new neighborhoods, because I keep finding new things. Even though I lived here for 13 years, I still find new neighborhoods like this. And I'm a sucker for Japanese shopping streets, or Shotengai. And yeah, now I just bumped into a new one where I've never been before. And what? Oh, it's a pretty long one as well. Wow. 全然知らなかった。ここ商店街がある。初めて来た。ちょっとなんか色も面白いし、光も素敵。I think this could potentially be the thumbnail. Snap. One shot in this direction. And one in this. What do I say? What do you say? Should I walk the entire Shotengai? That means I would have to backtrack a little bit, but maybe it will be worth it. Or should I just focus on reaching Musashi-Kosugi? Musashi-Kosugi is this way, but most of the Shotengai is that way. Yeah, I should explore this place, right? Let's do that. So, okay, I will walk down to this end, and then I will walk to the other end, and then I will walk maybe another block up while heading back. Let's see if there's any interesting shops here. I always love bumping into book off in like smaller neighborhoods like this, because you can actually find some interesting stuff in their video game section in smaller book offs like this. But obviously I'm not going to go inside now, because I generally try to avoid going into shops while live streaming. Yeah, there was a mode off as well. I think the reason why I love these Shotengai so much. This street looks quite nice too. Regalo Coffee. Have a great time with Regalo Coffee. Yeah, shall we see if we can have a great time? Shall we try that? See if they will give us a great time. I do crave a coffee, so let's try. Konnichiwa. 本日のコーヒー、ホットで
ホットで
お願いします。
はい
ブラックで。
ブラックで
はい。
430円です。
はい。すみません、5000円ですか。
はい、ありがとうございます。先にこちら4000円お返しです。
ありがとうございます。
はい、570円。
はい。
レシートご利用です。
あ、いらないです。はい。はい、ありがとうございます。So here you have the typical Japanese traditional coffee shop food. Some hot toast. Usually, yeah, this is morning menu. It's almost the same everywhere. And then, of course, ham and cheese toast is also kind of a staple dish. It's weird. Like I always tend to end up near or around Mizanokuchi station, right, on my walks, since it's pretty close to where I live. This is just one stop away, and I've never been here. What's it called? Aimoru. Love Mall, maybe. Shinjo. Okay. Honjitsu no coffee. So today's coffee. It's funny because Honjitsu means today, and it's the same characters as Nihon, except that it's the reverse direction. So I always, when I initially see it, I always read like Nihon no coffee, but that's not what it says. It's actually Honjitsu no coffee. Thank you, bit of a wonder. You got my coffee. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, here's Modov, which is a second-hand clothes shop. Or recycle shop, yeah. FAQ off. Actually, that is a brilliant channel name. I might consider that. Oh, and I think we also just got a new member, Camille. Thank you so much, Walking Buddy. Thank you so much for joining this channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, also these local vegetable and fruit shops are always so charming. It's quite cheap, 250 yen for a pineapple. Hard Office indeed, a very funny name. Yeah. I wonder if Jenny, my moderator, would let me use the name FAQ off for the FAQ channel. Passing another real estate agent here, and yeah, some apartments are in the below the 50,000 yen range. So 48,000, 50,000, 70,000, 60,000. Quite reasonable neighborhood this. Also surprisingly lively here on this Shotengai. Many of these Shotengai can feel a bit sad and all deserted, but this place is surprisingly lively. It's for a one-bedroom apartment. Probably those cheapest prices are probably one-room apartments, so not one bedroom, but just one one room and the kind of little kitchenette in the corner. But again, like, you can find places for those kind of prices in the greater Tokyo region relatively easily. And I keep repeating myself, but yeah, I think there aren't that many other world cities where you can rent your own place for that little money. So, studio apato. But they're usually referred to as one room here in Japan. Studio is not very commonly used, actually. Studio sounds a little bit more high-end, like maybe a very fancy one-room apartment would be referred to as a studio apartment. How much do utilities run for one room on average per month? It really depends on the season, but during the seasons when you need the heating or aircon on almost all the time, maybe gas, water, electricity combined would be, I would guess, around 10,000 yen per month. Or maybe slightly less. I don't know. I haven't really lived in my own one-room apartment in many years, so I don't really remember. I think now we pay maybe 20,000 for our place, but we are kind of a bit wasteful, actually. We take long showers. I take showers twice per day. Once it gets a little bit colder, we usually take baths every day. Those things kind of add up. Not 10万円, 1万円. 光熱費はね. Okay, now we're at the station. Well, I really did not expect this area to be such a kind of lively and, I don't know, it feels like a major station. I was expecting it to be a super tiny and quiet little rural, or not rural, but tiny, quiet local station. But yeah, this feels quite big. It's been 1 hour now. I think I will revise the plan for today. I think I want to explore this neighborhood a little bit more, and then that will be it. And then I will continue walk to the next station, maybe in next stream or something like that. Because I think it would be... Now I'm still so far away from Musashi Kosugi, and it's already been an hour. And I'm kind of tempted to explore this area a little bit more. So I hope that's okay with you. Because I kind of suddenly really like this area. So I want to check it out more. Looks like there's quite some shopping streets, like shopping areas on this side as well. And then maybe some park over there, is that? See some greenery at the end. Wow, we're almost at, well, we're over 450 viewers now. Wonderful. Maybe I should just jump into a random hairdresser and see what happens. Thank you, Brad. sad to have missed most of this, but happy for TE to see 460 people enjoying his stream. Yeah, thank you everybody. So happy always that so many of you enjoy my random walks. Oh, what's this? Cafe? Coffee shop. Oh, looks kind of fancy. Too bad I already have a coffee. Shinjo work. Like, I think it might be like a share office or something. This looks nice. The record number of viewers. Oh, actually now it's way less than it was last winter. Last winter I often had like 800-900 people watching my streams. So it has dropped considerably since then. So I think now like I would consider anything over 500 quite good. But I think the all-time record is almost at 1,000. Oh. I swear we got close to 1,000 once. Yeah, we did. Last winter. I think maybe on one of those like Yamanote line walks or something like that. We did have lots of people watching those. Is this a park? You might like a show called Polar Bear Cafe. A bear runs a coffee shop. Sounds interesting. And the Grumpy Penguin is a regular customer. Okay, that's a pretty solid and strong pitch. I might try to check that out. Well, the purpose for me is not really to maximize the number of viewers. I am really happy with this amount of viewers, as long as I can do the walks the way I want them, as long as I don't have to compromise and try to do things that I know will get more views, but that I'm not personally feeling so much for. So I'm super happy to do this. But of course, I mean, it's not really earning me enough to do this as my full-time job at the moment, and that would be amazing if I could make enough money from my walks to actually not have to worry about anything else. That would be amazing, but I don't really want to compromise and kind of start making videos that I'm not that I don't feel that as much joy from. Just for the sake of making more money. Then I'd rather keep doing other work at the side, which is what I'm doing now, and I'm pretty happy with that. Wow, interesting residential building here as well. This looks fairly new, maybe built within the last 10 years or so. Oh, is that? Yeah, I think that's Futako Tamagawa. So we're still pretty close. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. I think that tower here at the end that we see, that's probably... Pretty sure that's Futako Tamagawa. So I'm still relatively close to home, but there's no bridge around here where I can cross Tama River. So I would have to walk all the way back to Mizanokuchi in order to get to the other side of Tama River. Let's just quickly walk through this. It's kind of a bit unique in terms of residential buildings, I would say. Don't see places built like this very often here. Yeah, and this checkerboard pattern is also not super common. I wonder what the name of this mansion is. Maybe it's another birth city. Maybe not. Doesn't say. Oh, okay, and then it continues. It's a pretty massive building, that's for sure. But I don't think I can walk through here, so I have to walk down this way. Oppressive structure, negative energy here. Yeah, it wasn't really a place that oozed of well-being. I kind of agree with that. I think I forgot to say thank you to Seacross04 for the super chat. Thank you so much. I didn't notice that one until just now. Sorry. Thank you. Greens and blues popping, sun at my back now. Yeah, or more like on at my side actually. Okay, let's head back down to the station area and see if there are any other interesting shopping streets worth exploring before I wrap things up today. And yeah, I'm sorry, it's the chat is quite busy, so I'm not able to read all the comments and respond to everything.今ちょっとコメントが多いので全部のコメント読む時間がない。すいません。Oh, okay, now we found it. This place is called the Crest City. This massive residential complex. Treat to be visiting somewhere new with UT. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you. Happy to hear that, always. Happy. I'm so happy that there's so many viewers out there who just has been following me for so long now, and you're still joining me. That makes this old man's heart really warm and fuzzy. Wonder if we can walk down here. Maybe some new house here is getting their fiber optic internet cables installed. That's one pretty cool thing about Japan, that basically the entire country, except maybe some of the remote islands, smaller islands, basically every other part of the country has some of the cables that runs overhead are the fiber optic cables. The country has quite early had a nationwide fiber optic cable network, so that's why internet connections here in Japan tend to be quite good. So I think I'm heading back towards the station now. Very busy delivery guy. Has there been any discussion of burying cables? Not really. I mean, they've done that in certain areas, in like very kind of places where they really want to preserve the historical landscape or like the atmosphere. So there are some places where they do it, but I don't think they are planning to do it on a nationwide level, no. But yeah, I think Japan was one of the first countries to offer like a commercial gigabit internet service. Like even when I came here in 2008, basically everybody had like fiber internet. So that's quite impressive. Although, I mean, it makes sense in big cities like Tokyo, right? Because it's so dense, so it's not terribly difficult to hook everyone up. But yeah, I think now most of the country has fiber. Why don't they bury the cables? I think it's several reasons. Probably because the land where those poles are standing is owned by different entities everywhere. It's probably one of the reasons. I don't think it's all on public land. And then also the frequent earthquakes here makes it more difficult to repair and maybe also very costly to bury it in a way that's safe and can withstand the forces of nature. So yeah, it's probably just a cost mainly because of costs. Yeah, someone in the chat says that he or she works in telecom and that burying it can be 10 times more expensive than poles. So I think that's the explanation. So now we're back here. I think I will just check the station area a little bit more if we can find some interesting street around here. And then I will probably wave goodbye to you. By the way, I think I mentioned it before. My daughter threw away my Fitbit. I've been looking, but I can't find it. So she probably threw it away when we were outside somewhere. So I don't have a watch anymore. So I'm thinking about getting a new one, and I'm considering getting like a used Apple Watch, maybe. Like I don't want to pay like new Apple Watch prices, but you can get the previous generations for quite cheap here. So I'm thinking about doing that. Does anyone know which version I should aim for? Happy with them, but I kind of want something. Basically the only thing I want it for is reliable step and heart measuring, and then also to track my sleep habits. That's basically all I care about. Sure that it was thrown away. Well, I looked everywhere at home and I can't find it, so I gave it to her when we were outside because she likes to play with it when she's kind of upset. Yeah, I can give it to her and she calms down and she's busy playing with it. And that happened a few days ago when we were out. So, oh, are we having buffering now? That's not good. That's not good. Let's see, are we back? I think we're back, but I'm not sure. It looks a bit choppy. Yeah, I can get a used Apple Watch for like 10,000, 15,000 yen, and that's kind of like the ballpark I'm comfortable with. So I don't want to buy something new and fancy. Okay, we're back. Good. Brief buffering only. Okay, good. But yeah, I think I'm kind of walking in a circle now. So that's probably a sign that it's time to end this walk anyway. But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Thai restaurant. Maybe I should try grab lunch somewhere around here. No sake and burger lunch. No sake today. I'm gonna pick up my daughter at kindergarten in a few hours. I don't want to smell of alcohol when I do that. That would be very depressing. So no, I think I will wrap things up. Well, I don't really mind if an Apple Watch has to be charged every day. It's not great, but I can live with it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this little walk from Mizanokuchi to, where are we actually? Musashi-Shinjo, kana? I think that's the name of this place. Yeah, Musashi-Shinjo. Just one stop from Mizanokuchi. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you again tomorrow maybe? Probably. Okay. Bye bye. Hej då. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen.